Hey guys, and welcome to Fancast. We're very grateful to be recording from the historic St Kilda Sports Club, the oldest locker room in the Southern Hemisphere. Join us on the bench where we talk all things footy. We're fans, and this is Fancast. G'day guys, and welcome to another episode here on the pod where we have a proper footy chat. Round one has come and gone, ladies and gentlemen. How are we feeling this week?
Awesome.
I'm all right.
Happy St. Patrick Day, everybody. You were so up and about before. What's
I was
happened?
up and about because I had a few beers for St. Paddy's Day. Happy holidays to everyone who's Irish. I'm not Irish, but, you know, I feel the feels.
But we want to be.
Yeah.
Shout out to the green, orange and white
That's
enthusiasts.
correct.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Liam O'Connell, who's an Irish senior. Welcome to Australia.
He's in my
Welcome
Supercoach.
to the Saints.
He's in my Supercoach team. Should I be keeping him in there?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
He scored
Yes.
26, didn't he?
Yes.
That's not good.
Just keep
No.
That's
I
bad.
don't care. Hang on. Hang on. Relax.
Well,
First game.
I mean, at least he didn't get subbed out like Angus Hasty.
Listen.
What happened there?
Listen.
He was so good.
Listen. The Saints have a bit of work to do. And they know. And that's okay. We have a lot of injury. We have a lot of new players. And it's going to be a journey this season. And I'm here for it. So stop with the jokes. It's not funny.
I'm not joking. We're genuinely
I know.
concerned.
You
Like,
put
know.
Saints in your top 8 2 weeks ago, so it's a bit
They're
hard
in
not
the top
to.
8. Stop it.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
No.
They will be.
They will be?
When-
They will be. They'll get there.
The funny thing is-
obviously not in the beginning.
the funny thing is, there was a post that I saw on socials where someone asked ChatGPT, and they asked AI to predict who the next 50 premiers are going to be.
75, actually.
75 of them? Thank you.
Saints were in there.
Saints were not in there.
Oh, shut up. I don't care about Chat GPT.
The Saints were not in there.
No. Even
Listen.
Essendon were.
Even we were.
Yeah.
Listen.
Even Carlton were.
Listen.
Yeah, in
About 50 years
2059.
down the- yeah,
You know what the
2059.
thing about that intelligence is? It's fake. It's fake intelligence. It's not real. I don't buy it. And I will say another thing. For anybody to say something terrible about the Saints, it was not to be expected that they were going to play an amazing first game. It's not to be expected that the beginning of the season they're going to kill it. And that's okay. It doesn't mean the end of the season will be bad. It doesn't mean that they're a bad team.
They
And
got
it
Zach
doesn't
Jones
mean-
in it, so yes.
You
What?
tipped them to win.
I don't care. What?
You played Zach Jones.
So what?
Of course you're going to struggle.
Hey. The Saints are going to play well, just not right now. They need some
Get
time.
off their case, Steve-O.
They
Why?
need some time.
What, you guys win this week with some help of
Listen,
umpires
we
and now
never
we're going to
play-
play high
we-
and mighty, are we?
We never play well against Adelaide ever. And I'm going to go ahead and say this. I'm actually sick of it. I'm sick of people picking on the Saints.
Yes.
I am sick of actually... Why are you laughing?
sorry.
I'm sick of it.
Keep
It's
talking.
annoying.
Ignore him.
He thinks it's funny. It's not funny.
Ignore him. Keep going.
Not funny.
He's just a
Guys.
horse.
Also, can I just say,
Guys,
I'm
let's not laugh at St Kilda, all right?
Shut up. I'm also like, I really don't enjoy the commentary that we don't try hard enough. I think this team gives a shit, and I think they are trying. And I think that was a game that they had many odds against them. And what happened. We can't get so pissed that or upset as Australians think
We
pissed
say
is strong,
pissed too, yeah.
I just think we can't get so upset that we lose sight of the potential of the
Yes.
team.
Yes,
We are going to play better than the first game of the season.
of course.
And I'm sick of people saying they don't try.
Who said that?
I'm not going to name names.
Wait, did
Okay.
someone actually say that though?
Yes.
Oh, who?
I'm not going to name names, but I'm tired of the rhetoric.
All right,
Okay?
allude to
They're
them.
trying.
Allude to them, please.
They are trying.
You'd hope so.
It's the bare minimum.
I'm
In
going to
this
laugh
league.
at you when your team gets pummeled by 60 points later in the year because they're all injured because they tried too hard in the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You tell him. You tell him.
stop saying they don't care. They do. They're trying and they're going to get there.
Absolutely.
I have the faith.
Yep.
I don't care that we lost. Although I couldn't watch any footy after that.
Yeah, that was the Crows
It was
were
a hard,
the Crows were
hard
really
game
good.
to watch. The Crows were very good. They were, you know what the one gift St Kilda does? It gives, and I said this last week because I said Port Adelaide were so overconfident that they were going to lose.
Yes.
It gives the team confidence to play poorly in the next game. And I think that is our gift to the Adelaide Crows. And who are they playing next week?
Essendon.
Us.
Essendon. Oh, you guys are going to beat them.
Not without Langford and Ridley, unfortunately.
No, you're going to beat them.
Yeah, if we beat the Crows without Langford and Ridley, just
I would say this about Essendon.
Get us in the 8.
And I said it to you before, but I'll say it on camera where I can be checked. I think that Essendon played with more heart than I've ever seen them in the time that I've watched footy. And that is going to mean something during the season. They're going to do a lot better. I don't know if they'll make the 8, but they're going to do a lot better.
yeah. No, I was proud of the
They're going
boys.
to do better.
Yeah, I was proud of the boys.
Yeah,
I thought you guys played well.
They did. They tried, and
Yeah.
They did.
and that eventually means something.
Yeah, I don't know. It's you can say it's a bit of talking down on the club when they're playing with effort, but there have been periods of time in the past where you can question the effort, the endeavor from a particular side. It's just it just sucks though that we've sort of started the rebuild process before the Hawks, but the Hawks did it a lot harsher. Really culled a lot of those senior players, made the list calls, those tough list calls earlier. Started to blood the youth really early, and we're happy to give up a season or two if it really meant cementing time moving forward and success. I just think that we haven't cut as deep and we haven't made some of those ruthless calls with our team. So we're already, and it showed on the weekend, it showed on the Friday night that you guys are ahead of us in that rebuild process. So hopefully we can emulate even just a little bit of what you guys did because, geez, the Hawks look really good.
They look really good, but not to put the lid on. They look really good, but they've got a long season ahead of them.
Who?
The Hawks.
Well, everybody does. So it's not
Everybody
just
does.
the Hawks.
That's what I'm saying.
No, you're trying to say like not to peak too
saying
early. Is
the
that what
No.
you're saying?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm saying the best thing that could happen for you guys is you lose next week.
Well, I reckon that's a real danger game. The Blues.
It's the best
worst
thing that can happen.
Worst time to play Carlton.
Coming off Richmond.
is this week.
Yeah.
You don't think they'll be breathing fire?
Absolutely.
Massive danger game, and they're a
Yeah.
good side when they're up and about. So I'll save the tips for later.
And is
but-
Kerno back this week, you reckon?
Sounds
don't
like
know.
it sounds like he is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be a great game to watch.
Danger again.
Yeah, that would be great.
But
to watch.
if you told me it would be 2-0 after one round, sounds weird. Then I would 100% take that. I would have taken 2-2 into the bye.
Yeah.
So the fact that we're 2-0, it's a good sign. So if you can go 1-1 with Carlton and the Giants, 3-1 into the bye,
yeah.
without two of our best key forwards, I think it's a really good sign.
Do we think there's a real advantage to a team playing in round 0 and then up against a fresh team in round 1?
Yeah,
Yes.
massive advantage because you just see the players cramping because it's the first game.
Yep.
Where the Sydney, Collingwood, Sydney didn't look at Collingwood, Hawthorn, Giants, they're match fit already.
Yeah.
And that's why I think Brisbane's win was so good.
Correct.
And I think this is going under the radar massively.
Agreed.
Is it going under the radar?
I think it is.
I think it's massively
I think
going
they're
under
going to
the
be great this year.
No, what I'm talking about is like with the Cyclone Alfred, they couldn't actually train.
That's right.
They had to get to Sydney early, and that totally stuffs up their recovery day and all that sort of thing. It's just the little things
Yeah.
about the lead up into the game, the round 0 postponement. Don't you reckon the whole of
Plus the
pre-season,
injuries.
the whole of pre-season, they would have planned, all right, we're playing on this date, we're going to do this session for this date, and now they got all muddled up.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a great win. And
It is.
It's going to sound weird. It's nearly the best win of the week.
Yeah.
I know there was
It's up there.
It's up there just due to the circumstances. I reckon
I
that's.
think the Richmond win though is pretty.
Yeah, I think the Richmond
That
one
tops
tops it.
it.
Good. The
But
Geelong one is very boring.
I reckon Brisbane's second for that
Yeah.
Yeah, I
circumstance.
agree.
I
Yeah.
genuinely think it is. Like
Yeah.
it's a great win.
And
I agree.
Charlie Cameron was a layout with a
Charlie
That's right.
Cameron,
with
Kyle
his injury.
Lohmann.
Kyle Lohmann went down early
That's
in
right.
the piece.
And can we say this is usually around the time that everyone makes excuses of flag fatigue, and they don't have it.
Yeah.
They're still on fire. I think it's awesome.
They
Yeah.
added Levi Ashcroft. He was supposed to be the sub, and then last minute you're told, "Nah, you're not going to be the sub. You're going to play right from the get go." You
I
know,
think it's
so
cute.
and
Maybe
he
it's you, Ashcroft's playing.
Who was the sub? Who would have come on fairly early?
McKenna.
Yeah, Connor McKenna.
McKenna was the
due to
sub.
the Lohmann injury.
Oh, there you go, McKenna. He's another Irishman.
There you
Happy
go.
St. Pat's Day.
Happy
there.
Happy St.
Paddy's
Patrick's
Day.
Day.
Yeah, so a very gutsy win. Absolutely, I agree with you. I reckon that win by the Lions and the premiership defense is probably second on the ladder, second on,
Yeah.
on the list of the games.
And I want to throw Giants out for third.
Yes,
No, that was a good
correct.
game.
That
as well.
that's a fantastic win as well.
That
Backs
was.
against the wall. They were losing all game,
Yep.
tough conditions, and you get the job done. That's what the great teams do.
Correct.
They find a way every time when things are against them. They were losing all game just about, and they got the win when it mattered. And they're the ones that, okay, no way we should have won that, but we got it. So I think Giants is third for me. I know there's a few other wins that I'm forgetting, but
I mean, I really enjoyed the Collingwood belting of Port Adelaide.
That was nice.
Just because I saw them having a coffee earlier and they looked super relaxed.
Who's they?
Just the Port Adelaide.
The Port
team.
Adelaide. Where were they?
They were nearby. And I just
You
was
can
like,
out
hey.
them. That's okay.
Yeah, I just, too chill.
Well, it showed on the field as well.
And that was, Collingwood, say a thank you to St Kilda because we prepared them for that game. We really made them think that they were so good. And we have a tendency to do that. We tend to give other teams quite a lot of confidence
Fair enough.
that we don't have ourselves.
Fair enough. Well, you certainly were right-ish about your prediction
I was
about
rightish.
Membry.
I was rightish about Membry. And the fourth goal, I said 3 goals. The fourth goal was a gift from another player.
Still a fourth
Was
goal.
it?
Still
Or
a
is it
fourth
free
goal.
kick? I don't know, fine. But still, I
That's still
think
a good call, though. It was a good call.
Thank you. And I think Tim Membry will go on record to say this, will have this season of his career.
Well, I think it makes
This
sense
season.
because he's not necessarily the be-all and end-all. He's just a cog. He's just an M in the
He's
triple M machine.
The best
Yep.
assist you could possibly have on your team. And he's going to do really well.
He
at
was an
Collingwood.
acquisition that did go under the radar for the
Well,
Pies,
everyone
I
talked
think.
shit about him, and actually, I think Kane might have been one of the schmucks that said something about him being overrated. He's not overrated. He's an excellent player. He eats his humble pie before every game, so he doesn't come out there with the Ginnivan fucking whatever. He just does.
Yeah.
He just plays footy, and he's good. Genuinely, more often than not, consistently good.
Yeah.
And he's going to have a great year.
Yeah.
I see it. I see it.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
Timmy.
I agree. So we spoke about some really good wins.
Hmm?
On the disappointing side, the biggest disappointment, yes, obviously Carlton. We sort of touched on them.
Yep.
In talking about, because it can be really easy to just badmouth Carlton and talk about how disappointing they were, but at the same time,
It's only
you are
Carlton
taking
supporters saying that,
yeah,
to be honest.
but you're taking away so much of what Richmond did so well. Like, because Richmond could have absolutely have lied down on the ground, down by 41 points, and said, yep, it's going to be one of those years. It's going to be a long one. No one expects us to win. We're where
True.
we're supposed to be. We're clearly in the first game of a really hard rebuild. And that game could have blown out to 100 points if they're already at 41 points in the second
Yes.
quarter or around quarter time.
Yes.
So for them to work their way back slowly but surely, just never give up on the chase.
It was like it was like they were a mature team, but
Yeah.
they're not, and that was kind of impressive. I dare say it's the coaching, which a lot of
He's got aura, has he?
people, not a lot of people, but one spirit animal might disagree. But I think they're well coached. I think they're very well coached, and you saw it.
Yeah, it was great. You sometimes you can't teach never say die attitude. You can teach game plan, but you can't teach heart. And they definitely showed a lot of it, those young Cubs.
You can instill it though, and I think the coach is building a nice culture there.
Sam Lawler.
Yeah.
Rising star,
Amazing.
as well.
Yep, deserved.
Yeah, I'd say deserved.
I think deserved.
Very good game for them.
He might
I was
sneak a
actually
Brownlow
quite happy
vote.
for Richmond, and I don't generally love Richmond. I will say this: the two people I know that support Richmond were already talking about finals, and I was like, "Of course you are. Stop it. You're still a spoon. Stop it."
Look, you got to take your wins when you can, and they're not. You got to feel up and about when that happens. So,
Well, wins are better when you're
100%.
bad.
Yeah.
Wins feel so much better when you're bad.
As a St.
Because
Kilda
you
supporter.
never know when to expect it.
I know.
Yeah.
Especially against Carlton, especially against those Blues. The Blues to lose. You can't spell Blues without lose.
I didn't realize how excited everyone was about that.
That was
It
the best.
kind of hilarious.
That was the best game.
Kind of
we
hilarious.
entered the weekend, and honestly,
I did
I
laugh.
said I couldn't care if we lost to the Hawks because I was just walking in on cloud nine already. As long as we weren't smashed by the Hawks, I was going to walk away still happy knowing what I witnessed, which was an epic choke job of the most incredible proportions by the Blues. They shat bricks.
Wait, that has to be the biggest choke I've ever seen.
I think Carlton
I
was
up
have
there.
not, I
It's
have
up there.
not seen a bigger choke.
I think Carlton were just shell shocked. They were like,
Yeah, but they.
sorry?
What? You're still here?
No, I reckon they were just that shell shocked. They didn't
They
know
were-
what to do.
Oh, come
because that's
on.
the last thing they expected.
They could not handball to each other.
It
They
was
could
so
not kick to each other. They just saw a shadow of a player 15 meters away because of the lights.
I
And they
mean-
thought, oh, crap. And they just gifted the ball
I
over
thought the
and over.
communication was very bad as well.
Kids.
Like there were a couple of times when players were colliding into each other
Yeah.
and just
Panic.
You'd think the synergy's there.
No.
No.
It's clearly
there.
there is.
Half of Richmond's
A
team's
hole.
in puberty.
Yeah.
And Carlton's team is, but like that core's been around for a while, and they just didn't have any just didn't have any cohesion.
Yep.
No, it
which
didn't.
which was just surprising.
It was there in the first quarter.
Not to change the subject, but I was quite surprised at Melbourne's performance because I thought it was going to be worse than that, and I think they did a great job on the weekend.
Yeah, Melbourne did very well. We had
was
Petrarca
gutsy.
coming back. Yeah.
I enjoyed it because
Great game. Great game
I
to watch.
just enjoy.
G-Max Gorn.
I just enjoy good football.
G-Max Gorn would have loved to have kicked that goal from 15 metres out earlier in the piece.
Yeah, and Mini Max Gorn missing that goal
And
as
Mini
well.
Max Gorn missing that goal.
Yeah.
Aiden Johnson. So they had their opportunities,
Mm-hmm.
the Demons. But, gee, you can't walk away from that game disappointed if you're a Melbourne
No.
supporter because you really unearthed some great young talent. And Windsor coming off the back, playing off
How
half
hot was
back.
that?
Oh, my God. He was just an absolute rocket back there.
Xavier Lindsay.
Xavier Lindsay, yeah.
Fucking, I don't know.
You're allowed to drop
I think that's the
F-bombs.
first time I've ever sworn on this podcast anyway.
He's finally feeling
I swear all
comfortable
the
on the bench.
time.
He's finally feeling at home.
Yay, it's the beer.
Must have been St. Patrick's Day.
It's the St. Patrick's Day on your St. Pat's.
Yeah.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Yeah, Xavier Lindsay, how good was he?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. He was great,
Mate,
wasn't he?
it was a great game. Absolute
It was good.
ripping, cracking
It
of
was
cracker
good.
over a game. And it's unfortunate though that the Giants are done at the MCG now for the rest of the home and away season.
Wow.
One
Wow.
pump and done. That's it.
Now, well, the AFL.
You're
love
joking,
them.
aren't you?
That's it.
No, the
No more
AFL
games.
love the Giants and they love to make them feel happy.
God, there's got to be a contract or something for each team to play at least twice.
No, Andrew Dillon doesn't believe in that.
Round one game, and that is it. The
Yeah.
Giants
That's-
don't touch the MCG
Yeah,
until potentially finals.
Well, that could
That's
do, that
all-
could
That's
do them
bad.
dirty.
That's
that
very
could do
bad.
them dirty.
That's very bad.
Yeah.
What,
We'll
so
see what
they
happens.
so they don't play Richmond or
Nah. They play over there. NG.
Yeah.
at NG?
Yeah.
That is
It's rough. It's unfortunate. It's unfair.
surely the Giants would have complained about that.
Maybe they
That's
like it.
that's bad.
Maybe they like it.
Round one, and they don't see it for a calendar year. Oh, sorry, 6 months.
Yeah.
Maybe they like it that
Potentially.
way.
Yeah. And
They want to play at home.
and
they'll
no
play at
Thursday
home.
night games either.
That's
No
true.
Saturday night.
No Thursday nights.
Yeah,
They got no Thursday night game.
You're not going to get people from Western
No short
Sydney to travel
turnovers.
down.
That's true. No short term.
No short turnovers. I think it's all to give them a bit of an advantage, if you're asking me. But no one did. But still, I'll put my 2 cents in there.
You're on a podcast. It's all of
I
our
think-
all of our opinions are completely unsolicited at this
I
point.
think they are given little tiny advantages because I think the AFL want a Sydney team to be competitive, and that will continue to happen until
The Swans are competitive. They won a grand final last year.
exactly. But I think that the AFL enjoy that,
And
I
the
think
Giants
more
made it to a
the merrier.
prelim. The Giants just fell short in the
Exactly.
prelim. They could have seen a Sydney GWS grand final.
Look,
Last year.
I think, and they played. Did they play round 0 last year as well?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the favoritism of the AFL. Sorry to say, I think the AFL love the Giants.
Well, if
Why
they
not?
If they loved the Giants, they would have made them play more games at the G.
I don't think so.
Why?
Because
That's
the-
where they need to win a grand final.
They will win a grand final if they can get there. That's just one game they have to worry about. They have to worry about the entire season. They love to play the season at home.
Yeah, but imagine they make it because they finish top 4, right?
Yeah.
And they get home prelim if
Yeah.
they win.
Okay.
They literally do not.
Doesn't
The
matter.
possible situation for the Giants is they played round 1,
Yeah.
and then the next game they play
Right.
is the last one.
I agree.
They played
but
round 1 and then last one.
I agree, but I don't think that's a disadvantage for them.
If they're playing against an MCG team, I do think it's a disadvantage.
I don't think they will play against an NCG team, and I don't think Andrew Dillon thinks so either.
Wow, there we go.
Shee.
Script has been leaked. It's going to be GWS versus Gold Coast at
I
the
didn't say
MCG.
that. No, Gold Coast.
I'd love that
no.
grand final.
No,
I think
piss
it's
off.
gonna
I
be
don't want to
an
see
MCG
Dimmer in the grand final again. Whining
Exactly.
bitch.
No,
Yes, exactly.
I reckon the AFL would pay people to
Hey,
go to
did
that grand
any-
final just to
did-
fill it.
Did anyone watch that game? Because I did not.
What?
The Gold Coast
snooze
versus
fest.
West Coast.
The snooze fest.
Almost as boring as Geelong smacking Fremantle around.
That
No.
was the most graveyard game I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Now, Geelong Freo was great
look
because
good
we saw
though,
Murphy
Gold Coast.
Reid.
I understand.
Unreal. How good was Murphy Reid?
I know. I just, the thing is, they're the only team that can win, and I'm still bored.
Who's they?
Geelong, they're just always good, and I find it consistently the same, and it's kind of boring. But I will say, as smug as he may be, Chris Scott has to be one of the best coaches
Yes.
of all time,
Yes.
and that team is just never going to play bad.
No.
Never.
Easily the best run club in the comp.
I think
by
so.
far.
It's because
100%.
when you've got a recruiting and drafting team that can pick out all Australian type calibers from pick 80,
To be able to acquire them,
40,
to have-
what was Horse Humphreys? 42?
He was 72, I believe.
72? Something ridiculous.
Well, they get access to. They also get a good look at the
BFL?
at no, like the Geelong leagues.
Right.
Like that's where Matthew Scarlett saw Tom Stewart play. Just
Love Tom
just
Stewart.
in the Geelong. Oh, I forgot where he came from, but in the Geelong leagues, and he just went get match fit for 6 months, and you'll have a contract at Geelong. And look what's turned out. Look what's turned out.
How'd they find Tui? Also an Irishman.
Happy St. Patrick's Day, Zach
Happy St.
Tui.
Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Oyster Mullen, I think.
Ocean Mullen.
They get quite a few Irishmen at
O'Connor?
Geelong as well.
The O'Connor
Mark
tag.
O'Connor.
Yeah.
Mark O'Connor.
Do they have the most Irish players? They might.
Possibly.
Is
We
they
just land 3.
Yeah.
not too
I think they might.
Yes.
So happy St. Patrick's Day, Geelong.
Happy
You
St.
are
Patrick's Day.
consistently good. Thanks.
They also have a Patrick Dangerfield. St.
They
Patrick
do.
Dangerfield.
St. Patrick Day.
More of a forward now.
More of a forward.
The danger.
And still dangerous.
Still dangerous.
Well, I
yes.
reckon it's the right move for him.
Yes, correct.
I think forward's good. He can't whinge about the quarter lengths when he's just sitting.
Jeez, if he
the forward
whinges
line
one more time about that, he's going to be my new whiny bitch.
major concern if he gets an AFL office
Bloody
gig.
hell.
I mean, he can't be worse than Andrew Dillon.
No one can be worse at this juncture, except for Kane.
Maybe Kelly Underwood.
Maybe Kane Corn.
Maybe Kane Corns. I don't know what Kane would do.
I reckon he'd
I don't
fix
know.
it.
Yeah, potentially.
Do you think that spat between him and Robbo is real, or do you think Robbo just hates him and now feels comfortable to say it because he doesn't have his own show?
Well, Robbo, that's the beauty now of retiring. You can just sit back
Robbo's-
and be
And
like,
write whatever you want about
'Cause he-
it.
he
Robbo's
went
probably
to
wanted to
South.
say that for 5 years, and he's
imagine.
just waited for
You think-
when he retired,
You
and
think
yeah.
before he wrote it, he was just like saying it, and he was just all red and spitting, and then it just came out, scribbled it out on the page.
Because let's be real. I mean, he said it's a character assassination of Adam Uze.
Kane Corns. Seriously. Yeah.
I don't mind that.
What do you think about Kane Corns? Like,
I don't mind that.
yeah.
Full of rubber.
I
Yeah.
don't mind that.
Rubber invitation.
He was channeling us in a slubbo there.
Is that the moon?
You gotta
Did
spit more.
anyone remember that?
Yeah,
You gotta
that was
spit
good.
more.
Yeah.
But like, why?
I miss Robbo.
What was Kane Corns trying to accomplish by saying that Adam Uze has no aura?
I think he was just trying to make people upset. I don't know. He also said
He's doing
silly things all the time.
He's doing his job. We're
He's-
talking about it on a podcast right
But we're
now.
not talking about him.
Yeah.
I'm also talking about how great Slubbo was in fighting back and people
Yeah.
like, this is a character assassination and you
I
are...
mean-
Bro, he went to ham. I don't even
Ah,
remember everything
Kane
that he
Corns is a
wrote.
flop.
He wrote
It is a lot. It is a lot. It is a lot. Did he say it or did he write it? I don't actually know.
He
if
wrote
said
it
or
on
wrote it.
Facebook.
Oh, it's a post.
It was on Facebook.
He wrote it on
Bless him.
Facebook, did
Was
he?
it Facebook
It
or
was on
TikTok?
Facebook. Look, I just
Whatever.
simply
Twitter?
Googled. Kane Corns versus Robbo, and then when I'm reading the
I want to see
story,
them getting a
courtesy of SEN, he wrote in his post on Thursday. Robinson took to social media and accused
social media.
Corns-
There you
it was
go.
on social media.
The pitfalls of social media.
Where did I read this? I could have sworn. There you go. There's a screenshot.
There
is
you go.
That is
It's
clearly
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah,
I don't
of
know if
course.
you can
He's-
see that,
he's
but
an older
that's
gent.
a Facebook template there.
Yeah.
So I'm not against it personally. I don't see, if you're going to be someone who's going to have some over the top reactions and comments, look, you're going to have to accept it the other way. And I think that's the point of what he's trying to do. He's just
Yeah.
trying to create some content and he gets paid to do that.
Yeah. But clowns don't speak slander. They just have jokes.
Yeah.
And King Corn's a bit of a clown.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of jokes,
Yes.
jeez,
Don't talk
Fremantle,
about-
man. Why are you kidding with us? That was not
Oh,
funny.
you guys
That was
kept
not a
telling
funny
me
joke.
top 8 and they looked
I
like
have him in my top 4.
Yeah.
I reckon the
They'll play well.
like,
They might be up
first
and down.
game.
They might be just a bit up and down again. They just
No, they need
might
to be
be a
better.
I think with all these results as well, we can't take
Yeah,
a
the
heap
first
amount of
round.
data
Exactly.
out of
Exactly.
round 1 results. Like,
True.
let's think about it. Like, we don't really get a good gauge for most teams until round 20, I would
Correct.
say.
I tip them
because of
still.
how inconsistent teams can be.
Correct.
Like, we get a proper read when it's like round 20.
yeah.
So
So,
fun.
I mean, Freo could just belt Sydney and everyone
It's true.
goes, oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, my prediction was correct. Of course,
I
Freo will be.
like to argue that the worst time to play good footy is right now.
Now, you mentioned, the fact that you're not supposed to be. This is the worst part of the season to be playing really well.
Yes.
And every time you guys were just nailing your set shots, I'm just like,
You're thinking of
excellent.
me.
Yeah, I was thinking of you. And I'm just like, excellent.
Yes.
Waste all of your accuracy in round 1.
right.
Well done, Hawthorn.
Yes.
Just nailing set shots from the pocket, nailing set shots 50 meters out on a 45-degree angle. I'm just like, we couldn't buy a goal. And then you guys are just sinking them from everywhere. And I'm just like, well done,
No,
Hawthorn.
well, actually, you now have me nervous because I remember this time last year, it was the reverse. Essen would not miss.
Correct.
And it took us 5 minutes to kick a goal and
Correct.
you would just make it everywhere. So now I'm concerned because we could pull an Essen.
Well,
No, you won't. You're better than us.
I don't really mind the Hawks having success. However,
However,
if St Kilda have a shit year, I blame it all on fucking Josh Battle, and I will have a grudge that will last. It will take it to my freaking grave. I really will, because I think that he is a big reason why we lost the game on the weekend, and I
Yeah.
think our problem with the back line is going to be ongoing. So thanks a lot, Joshy, for being a selfish little player.
Yeah. That's why.
Good luck to you at the Hawks.
he's wiping his tears with $100 bills.
But maybe.
Yeah.
We'll see how good.
And
you
that's
guys
why
do.
I tipped the Crows. I'm just like, you guys have your injuries already. You're such a young
now
team.
you're making excuses.
You have such a look.
Jake, he feels bad. He feels
How
bad.
can I give excuses for being right? I'm giving an explanation.
Hey, you're wrong.
I tipped the Crows.
You tipped the Crows, but your rationale was wrong.
So Western Bulldogs, North Melbourne.
Western Bulldogs, North Melbourne. Jeez, let's just
I
move-
don't like your attitude.
Let's
sir.
move on from St Kilda.
We've talked
Jake,
about
you know
them
I
enough.
love you. Just
If
let's
we
move on
lose,
from
it's
St
Josh
Kilda.
Battle's fault. Anyway, okay.
It was a
North,
game that was
speaking
bizarre.
of faults, I didn't watch this game because I was watching Collingwood belt Port Adelaide, which felt really good.
I was the other way around. I watched,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually thought North were going to win that game, but I am really good at misplacing my hope, obviously, because I'm a St Kilda supporter. And I did it for that game as well.
Yeah.
So, North, can you just get better so I don't look like an asshole every week?
No, I
that
thought
tip
North
you?
were all right on the weekend.
Just get better, though. Come
They were
on.
okay.
Okay, this is not enough, mate. They've had plenty of opportunity to be better. Get better.
It was just round one. Calm down.
No.
I think the slow start killed North.
Yes.
Like they just didn't they didn't start well.
Yes.
They and then when you play catch up, it's just so hard.
Against a fucking injury-ridden Bulldog team that is questioning the abilities of their coach.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, it's North Melbourne.
They should
It
have
still
played
is.
better.
The Dogs.
should have done
The
better.
Dogs still have talent. The
Okay.
midfield, they didn't have Bont and
Yeah, North
Treloar,
have talent.
but they still had Ed Richards come back, and Ed Richards is proving himself to be a premier midfielder, perhaps. Sanders,
Wah, wah.
Sanders is ass.
I don't expect a lot.
he's
out
off the
of
Tassie, isn't
the
he?
Bulldog.
No, well, I just picked him in Supercoach, so I need to put the rage out.
He's off the Tassie.
He's playing this half forward Jack McRae. Well, I'm like, yeah, they'll do
Stop
me.
complaining about Supercoach.
That's coaching.
Well, too bad. I've
that's
actually started
coaching.
all right, so I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll move him off. So,
Alright.
I thought Larky was terrific.
Yeah,
Larky's
Larky's
Yeah,
amazing.
he generally is, though.
He was
He's a
playing
He
through.
can't carry the team.
He was questionable for the game as well. So
Yeah.
the fact he can still kick 5 snags under an injury cloud is a good sign.
100%.
I thought Jack Darling looked fantastic. I think he's a great fit for Larky.
Yeah.
Just different types of forwards. I think they mesh really well. Luke Parker I thought was solid, not amazing.
He's not going to be amazing, I don't think, this year. He's there for a role,
Yeah.
mentorship.
Yeah.
I like Archer.
Yeah.
I like the look of Archer. I think
You're not going
Yeah.
to see him for 3 weeks, though.
Oh, that
I know, well-
that incident. Oh
shit
God.
happens.
I thought you were deliberately mentioning the bump.
No, I like. Oh no.
Oh,
I
okay.
was just saying. I actually
Yeah,
like him as a
I like him
player.
as well. What do we think of the suspension?
Seriously, what was he trying to do?
It's not 3 weeks.
I think.
No,
it's,
what was he trying to do?
I think it's stupid. The suspension.
What was he
Yeah.
trying to do?
Oh, I don't know what he did wrong.
He
other
just
than
ran
go,
anything
straight
wrong.
into
go
it.
hard at the
He
ball.
didn't do anything wrong.
He
and I'm
didn't
so
go
sick
hard
of
with
it.
the ball. The ball was down the ground with the guys who were on the ground. What's he doing? Just running straight through him?
No.
He could have
no.
easily
He's playing
broken
footy.
his leg there.
Yeah,
And
but
he
that's
hurt
his own
himself.
decision.
Yeah,
Okay,
but Cleary just went to the
Just
ground for that.
barreled right into
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's both their fault. They should both get 3 weeks.
he should have jumped. He should have leapt. He should have leapt over them.
Give them both 3. When it's a collision like that, both players should be suspended.
I don't think so.
I do.
I
Suspend them
disagree.
both or don't do anything.
I think you should be allowed to attack the football and try and pick it up when it's on the ground and win possession. I'm not against that, but like I don't know. I just think he was incredibly clumsy, and I don't know if he was too invested in the moment. But he almost played no play on the ball. He just ran straight. Like I don't know. It was so bizarre.
Yeah.
It was almost as if I was sprinting into this little trestle table.
He's a good player. Let's not
Luckiest
shit on him.
footballer in the comp right now.
100%.
Jackson
I
Archer.
am going to.
Absolutely.
This brings
Luckiest
up,
footballer.
brings up an interesting point. I do think that the umpires have been told to take it down a notch.
With
Everything.
Oh, where was that on Friday night?
I don't think they're calling half as much as they used to.
What?
I don't see
You
it.
did not watch Friday night?
Oh no, I did. I think they're chilled out.
Chilled?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right, for Hawthorn.
No, I think they've chilled. In general, I think they're calling way. I saw a lot of things go by that they just didn't call. In general,
But the ones that they did call were just ridiculous.
That's fine as an Essendon supporter. I know you feel slighted. Every
No,
team
ask
that
him.
loses
Ask
feels
him.
slighted.
Ask a Hawk. What do you think of the umpire?
Did you think the umpiring was shit in the Hawks' favour?
Yeah, it was.
In the Hawks' favour?
I'm not denying that. No,
I just think they're not calling stuff.
Yeah,
And I like it. Don't call anything. Keep your nose out of it.
Yeah, it wasn't the way. It wasn't that way on Friday. Is the thing? It wasn't that way.
The umpiring's still the biggest problem in the game. I did actually notice that, Anna, in some of the games, but it's just the inconsistency that they're not. It's not the same. It depends on the group of umpires that you've got, and it's just the lack of inconsistency. Where some games they're very letting the play go, and I think that's the best.
Correct.
I think that's the best way to umpire the game.
Yes.
Over umpiring
flow.
and like that second quarter was just very unlucky for Essendon, and
For the record, I don't think we were going to win that game. I definitely think you guys were going to win, even without the bad calls, even without the bad calls against us.
As we were mentioning before,
yes,
Essendon were robbed of a huge momentum swing, which could have made the game a lot closer than it was.
Langford does a hammy. We don't have the cattle.
It happens to the Saints all the time.
I respect Essendon's game on Friday. You guys just kept going and going, and we just couldn't kill you off. And I'm happy with the Hawks that they showed a bit of maturity in their game to just keep kicking that 1 goal, 2 goals when you guys kept coming and coming. You guys had a great game.
Yep.
So I think you guys are a very good shot against the Crows. So I'm be discouraged by that performance.
I think there's 3 players that stand out to me as they carry the team, the whole team. Zach Merritt's one of them. Paddy Cripps is one of them. And I think Nick Larkey really carries a lot of North's problems.
Yeah, for the forward
without
line,
Nick Larkey, they're not in great shape. And I really do think they stand out.
I think Wiedering as well. I mean, I know they've got Cripps as well, but
I think Cripps carries that whole team. I've seen games where literally he's the only guy just putting 150%.
What do we think about him going in the ruck contest?
I think it's going to destroy his body. So go ahead and do that if you think it's a good idea. I think it's a bad idea, to be honest.
I don't know why you wouldn't put Mackay in the ruck in forward stoppages. Is it because to be quicker? Surely you got someone better than Paddy Cripps to put in there.
I think it's stupid.
It's Voss, and
bad choice.
To be honest, I wasn't one to. I was actually pretty happy with their decision to have Voss, because I thought it was good for Carlton. And then I was happy for Carlton that they decided to stick with him, even when the pressure was on, because you have to stick with your coach when things are going tough. How many coaches? I mean, Dimmer Hardwick was on the verge of getting sacked, I
mean, I don't blame
Fagan was on the verge of getting sacked last year.
Bucks was on the verge, but then they made it to a grand
the way
final.
People react to the first 4 rounds of football.
Yes.
It's 4 rounds, guys.
Correct.
Relax.
I think it was good for Carlton, because they were just struggling to find the right coach. And whether you think Voss is the right coach or whatnot,
wasn't.
That's up to the crowd. But he was getting them top 8 results every year, and
and he's still doing that.
Teague and Bolton just weren't the answers. I think Bolton actually did a good job of building up.
He did
that team. I felt like he coached in the wrong era.
Yeah.
When the game was moving ever so faster and faster. And I actually thought he was a very good development coach, but just the game plan couldn't quite work in today's game.
What I sort of feel about Brad Scott for us. I feel like Brad Scott is not going to be the coach who wins us the flag.
No.
I think Brad Scott is needed
He'll make
at
you
this
better.
point
As a
in
development
time,
coach?
as a development coach, because we are so young.
I agree
I
with
think
you.
I think we named the youngest side in the AF for round 1 out of
Really?
all the sides. I think we named the youngest and most inexperienced side.
Wow.
Yeah, you guys were bloody young on Friday.
And so I think he's there to be a development coach, establish culture, work ethic, because we know that these are issues that have plagued the Bombers for a number of years now with previous coaches. So I think he's here for the now in terms of the development, but I just don't think tactically and on like a game day coach, I don't think he's the one that will take us over the top.
My one complaint with Brad Scott would be his messaging in interviews when it's like,
I don't listen to those.
You don't
get
listen to
They're
them?
really not
You
great.
get nothing out of them, and it just pisses you off for no reason. So I don't listen to them.
Just the messaging, even when Essendon were going really good, it'd just be like, oh, lower your just temper your expectations.
Exactly.
Which is, I guess because Essendon,
He clearly doesn't rate us. He doesn't rate us. He's telling us.
but
Just-
why
it
are you
feels-
telling your members and your sponsors
Yeah.
that? It makes no sense.
It's
I
a
know.
bit lukewarm, isn't it?
It's very much.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I don't listen to him.
Yeah.
You get nothing out of it.
Yeah, there's no drive.
Yeah.
But the team have it. The team
He's-
have the thing, and they're going to be a lot
Jai
better
Caldwell.
this
He's become a lot
Yeah.
chummier since
Oh, he
joining
carries a lot of your team
Essendon,
as well.
but I know he's a bit more hard-nosed at North, but I think all the coaches now have just sort of
They mellow
chummed
out
up
as they get
because-
older.
Oh,
as
look
well.
at Ross
Yeah.
Lyon watching episodes of White Lotus instead of
Yeah,
paying
he-
attention to the football game. I love Ross.
he's not ruthless anymore, Ross.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take a leaf out of Ruthless book, though,
Yeah, he will.
come this week.
I think he will.
After what
I think
happened
he
last
has
week.
to.
I think he will.
I think he sees Geelong. He sees them up and about. The fact
Mm-hmm.
that they smashed. I mean, let's just talk about the tips this week. Seeing as
Yes,
we're,
let's
seeing
get
as we're,
into
Yeah,
it.
let's do
seeing
the
as we're
tips.
forecasting, we'll do the tips in a separate video. So, guys, make sure
yeah,
that
just
you.
the tip, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Tips.
The tips, exactly.
Just the tips.
So we'll end this one here. We'll see you in the tips video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure that you hit the like, subscribe if you're new, notification bell to make sure that you don't miss out on any of our videos and streams potentially coming up in the future. And make sure that if you're listening to us on Spotify, that you give us a 5-star rating as well. Will greatly help our reach. And we hope to see you in our tips episode. Let us know in the comments down below what you think.
Yeah. Thanks, Josh Battle, once again.
Bye.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.